No, I was only a frail boy apparently. I was, I think, about 7.5 stone. And I wasn't born with a squint, but I got a squint in my eye when I was only 5 years of age, and I had that until I was 15. I went down to Huddersfield, so I wore glasses from the age of 5 until 15. And when I went down to Huddersfield, within about 3 weeks going down there, I got a call to come back to Aberdeen and have the operation done, which I came back. And with having a squint more or less all my life, you know, from 5 to 15, and then when I went in and had the operation, and I was always bandaged up, and when they took the bandages off, and for the first time in my life, my eye was straight as a die. That was the biggest change, I think, in my life, because every you know, it was like you were always called cockeyed, and even when I played football, I used to take my glasses off. I used to close my eye because I was very self-conscious of people seeing my eye in the corner. So that day, then they took it off, and I got my eye straight in the middle. That was confidence, you know, was abounding.
Bill Shankly was one of the earliest influences when Denis Law began his football career with 2nd Division Huddersfield.
And I had 5 years of Shanks, and again, the operation changed but he changed my life as well, because this guy was just football, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. He's football, and you could see that I was quite small. And the little cafe on the corner at Huddersfield, he used to send me over there, you know, unknown to the other lads, and she used to give me a steak, you know. I never had a steak in my life, steak, and he sort of built me up, plenty of milk, and within a very short time after that, of course, I got into the reserves. I was only 15. And then one Christmas, I was selected to play for the first team at 16 years of age.
He was only a skinny little whippet of a boy, you know. And when you looked at him, you thought, blimey, what is he? How can he play? Well, after you had seen him playing, John, at 15 years of age, then you realised that here was something unusual.
Well, Shanks left to go to Liverpool, didn't he? And I would have followed Shanks. But again, Liverpool were in the 2nd Division, and I'd had a few years in the 2nd, and I wanted to see what I could do higher up. I'd tasted in the international scene with the players, you know, like Mackay was at Spurs and things like that I wanted to play in 1st Division. Now, Busby would have bought me, he says, after, but he had that time, even after Munich. There was Dennis Violet, there was Bobby Charlton, I think you got David Hurd, Alec Dawson. You know, he had quite a good forward line, and he didn't really need anybody else. So I landed going to the other team, Manchester City, and that's when I fell in love with Manchester.
Law's debut for City was in March 1960.
Here come Manchester City, unfamiliar strip of old gold and black, and there's number 8. The man we've all come to see, all $35,000. Denis Law, that slight figure with the fair hair. Number 8 on his back. £53,000 worth, or 22 guineas an ounce, if you like. Tiny autographs in the middle of the pitch. Leads to kick off. Attacking the goal to our left. Rabbit to Charlton. A high ball up in the City penalty box. Go out. Sierra. Well, wild header, not equally wild. Clearance by Troutman into touch. So far we haven't seen very much of Law, not been very much in the game at all, but here he is on left wing now, wandering a bit to escape the attentions of Goodwin. Leeds coming back. Peyton, the shot, very tame. Troutman, an easy clearance. Ken Barnes starting a City attack. Inside to Law. This is what we've paid to see. This great ball player Law. Is he worth £53,000? Inside to Barnes. Back again to Law. Dangerous City attack mounting up now. Hayes, Law running through very intelligently, waiting for the reverse pass. There it is. A wonderful right foot shot, and it's 2 goals all. City's equaliser. A wonderful shot indeed. 50,000 quid worth of it. 20 minutes gone in the second half. City attacking down the right. Barlow. Law hanging about on the edge of the penalty box. There he is, coming through. A beautiful ball through to Barlow. Barlow bursting through, and it's City's 3rd goal. Leeds United 2, Manchester City 3. Well, another wonderful run by Law. A beautiful pass. There he is. Final score, Leeds 4, City 3. But Law can be very pleased with himself indeed. He had a wonderful debut, scored 1 goal and made another. He must be feeling very happy, so must manager Les McDowell. It must all go well for the future of his club.
Law had become the youngest player this century capped by Scotland at the age of 18, and in 1961 appeared in a Football League side playing the Italian League in Milan.
There's McElroy and there's Robson there. It's Robson going to step over it. And it's moves done a great save, but Law's going to score, yes.
The Law instinct for goal immediately caught the Italian eye, and within 3 months he'd been signed by Torino, along with the Hibs player Joe Baker. But like Jimmy Greaves at AC Milan, Law found that the lure of the lira was a mirage disguising defence-dominated Italian attitudes.
Again, the people were lovely. Fanatical supporters of football, because hey, there's nothing else to do over there anyway. There's 2 sports in Italy, still today, cycling and football. Once you've seen one cycle race, you've seen them all. And it was the same then. But when I went in there in the early 60s, it was very defensive. I mean, very defensive. Torino were a team similar to Manchester United in that they had lost all their team in a plane crash. 1949-50, when they crashed into a mountain just outside Turin. So they lost all their side. So I know we're going 10 years further on, but they were all young lads in the side, and they were competing against Juventus, which is owned by Fiat, so it was a problem. Our team played 9 back, and myself and Joe Baker, who joined us, he came from Hibs. So there was only the 2 of us up front, and the opposition was played exactly the same. So in the early days, it was, you went there obviously for the money, but you also went to enjoy your job, which was playing football. Now, once that doesn't happen, then it doesn't really matter how much money you get. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then there's only one thing to do, it's to try and change it. And I thought I enjoyed all the people, the food was lovely, the place was nice for an industrial city. The football itself at that time was awful.
Adding to Law's nightmares in 1961 was Scotland's humiliating 9-3 defeat by England at Wembley. A result that briefly led to the loss of his international place.
We were trailing 3-0, and we got it back to 3-2. And I can assure you, cross my heart to die, that England had gone. You know, the 3 up, it's now back to 3-2. And we were playing reasonably well then. And then he got a free kick just outside the box, and it sort of, Douglas I think took it, and he bobbled it in to make it 4-2, and Scotland sort of collapsed a wee bit, and then they had a lucky streak after that, and then they scored another 5 goals. It was just one of those days, you know.
Sadly, Denis Law's departure at the same time left a taste of bitterness. The King unexpectedly given a free transfer. Discarded by Doherty, Law crossed Manchester to his old club City for one last season of league football.
Aimed at Bell, who got there. Law! What a moment for Denis Law. Opens the scoring on his second league debut for Manchester City, 13 years after he made his first. Oakes. Marsh. It's Hind in front of him. Looking for Law. The perfect finish for Denis Law's perfect day.
Despite a troublesome knee, the instincts hadn't deserted him. Law scored 12 times in 29 games. This goal in a League Cup quarter-final replay against Coventry kept City on course to the 1974 Wembley final, where Law played in the team beaten 2-1 by Wolves. But what a bizarre final twist when Law returned to Old Trafford at the end of the season to confirm United's relegation.
Lee. Pulled across for Law! Denis has done it! And no elation there at all from Denis Law.
And for me, I didn't want to go out there and particularly win the game. Equally, I didn't want to go there and get beat. So the game for me was going nice, you know, 0-0, 5 minutes to go, whatever. And then I think Franny Lee went up, you know, and crossed the ball over, and I had not a clue where the goal was, and I backheeled it. And I mean, it was a complete fluke. And I turned around, and Stepney's going that way, which was not unusual for Stepney anyway. I don't mean that. I like, the ball's going in the back of the net. I thought, geez, what? Oh,
Can you describe what your feelings were?
it was awful. I thought, what? I mean, the referee gave a goal as well. I mean, he could have given anything, couldn't he? He could have given offsides, a foul, he could have given anything, but he's given a goal.
Were you heartbroken?
Well, I was very sad, you know, because of course there was a bit of silence in the stadium, other than the Manchester City supporters on the far side. Yeah, I was a professional. I had to, you know, but I could assure you it was an absolute fluke.
But you came off immediately
I did. In fact, that turned out to be my last kick of a ball ever
in league football.
in league football. I never touched another ball.